Oh man, I don't even know what's going on today. Hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? Good. It's a funky Tuesday. It's my daughter's birthday. Hope everyone is doing good today. I don't know if you've read the title. I'm sure you've seen the title. That's why you probably clicked or you just clicked to watch what I have to say. I just found out that you know what? If this is true, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I need you to come to the front. I need you to come to the front right now because I hope this is not true because this is really, really confusing. Um, I just read it somewhere, so I went online to read more about it, and I'm like, okay, this makes more sense, right? That I saw it last night when I was scrolling down social media that the starting from next year, January or February, like Nigerians in Nigeria or even in the diaspora, but you have a bank account in Nigeria, you would need a TIN, which is identification number, with your bank account or to open a bank account. And if you already have a bank account in Nigeria, you're still going to need the TIN. I'm like, that's a tax identification number, right? I do have a TIN in the state because I have business, right? Or couple of businesses. So that is why I have a TIN, right? But my social security number, I never needed a TIN to open a personal bank account. But all I needed was my social security number. And I know first time I opened a bank account in Nigeria was 2022 when I went to Nigeria and I needed to put some money in the bank and they said I needed a bank account, which I know I needed a bank account, duh. And I was like, okay, because I left Nigeria like a long time ago, like 20 something years ago before I went back in 2021. And then I decided I wanted to open a bank account before I leave in 2022. So, and my parents goes, you need an NIN. And I'm like, what's NIN? Normally, a long time ago, I thought you guys just go to the bank. Even when I opened a bank account when I was younger, when I was in high school, and the 2 years I spent in college, in law school in Nigeria before I decided to come to America to stay and not just visit anymore, I didn't need NIN. I barely even had an ID then. That was years ago. I barely had an ID and I didn't need NIN. So when they told me this time in 2022, you need NIN, I was like, what's NIN? And they said it's National Identification Number. And I was like, oh, this is cool. It's kind of like Ghana, right? And it's kind of like they're trying to catch up now, which is really good. I really, really commended them for that. And I was impressed because I'm like, okay, anyway, so I asked, then I know they were all laughing at me like, can you use this? If you live in the States or anywhere else, abroad. No, I'm not gonna say it because if you go to Ghana or you go to Senegal, they still call it abroad, right? But if you live in Europe or in the States, right, your social security number can be used to track you down, right? They can use your social security number for multiple stuff if you get in trouble. If the government needs anything or really wants to find out where you are at, they will find out probably through your social security number. That's kind of like that's why it's your identification number, So I was kind of glad about the NIN, right? Cool. I have it now with me. So when I found out yesterday, like, oh, if you have a bank account, it don't matter if you live abroad and you have a bank account, you're going to need a TIN or your bank account will be frozen. That was why I decided, thank God, ding, ding, ding. I just remember and I thought that was the main reason why I said, you know what, let me come on here on YouTube and find out. If you're watching and you live in Nigeria and you found out, or this is the first time of you hearing this, or you found out what's really going on, can you please leave a comment section? It will really help some of us to really know. Because sometimes I've read stuff online that said Google is your friend. But sometimes I've read stuff online when it comes to Nigeria, it's like this. Flip-flop. I'm sorry, that's my second country. America, I've lived in America more than I've lived in Nigeria. I'm sorry, y'all. So America is more of like my first country now, and Nigeria is my second country. Love Nigeria. Every time I go, is a blast. Cool. But Nigeria is like this. They say one thing today and they say another thing tomorrow. So as much as Google is your friend, just before you guys say Google is your friend, go Google. That's not what, no. Before I came here, I'm a well-learned person. Before I came here, I did a few research on Google. And for now, they're saying that, no, if you already have your NIN, when you go open a bank account, they kind of use that NIN to locate you or locate your information and attach it, TIN, which still doesn't make sense to me, though. Because how do you have to have, when you go to a bank, okay, this is how it goes here. When I went to the bank to say, hey, I need a business account, or I need the, what was the first time I got a TIN number was because I was getting a trust fund, Education 502 Trust Fund, 502G, because we have two trust funds for my daughter. So the first one ever was just Education Trust Fund, right? 502G. And I needed a TIN. So you give them your information and then they create a TIN for you. Right? So, and then the second time was when I was opening my shoe business. If you're watching, you can also go to NadineBShoes.com. Nadine B Shoes. I design great shoes. I make beautiful shoes and bags. So go to NadineBShoes.com for shoes and bags. My designs and other stuff there too. But anyway, let me continue what I'm saying. So the TIN here is tax identification number. Same thing in Nigeria. I feel like, so the reason why I'm reading this, and if you're watching and you live in Nigeria or you know more about this, please enlighten us and educate us more if you really know. Leave a comment and explain more to us, please. I would really appreciate it. If you live in Nigeria, or even if you don't live in Nigeria and you know more about this, please leave a comment. Enlighten us more, explain more, break it down for us more, and I think I will appreciate it, and I'm sure there are other people that will end up understanding what this is about. And I just hope we really don't need a TIN, because I'm not looking to go, I'm not planning of going to Nigeria maybe this year or next year, you know, and if this is what's going to happen, because they said you need a TIN by January or February, if you don't have that, your account is going to get frozen. I'm here. How am I going to go to Nigeria? I know my mom can do it, but my mom is a bit older. I don't want her running up and down. She doesn't really have to run up and down because she knows the bank manager there is a phone call. But I also don't want that to happen, you know. So I also don't want to transfer my money. I'm a grown woman. I also don't want to transfer my money to my mom's bank account. She's a businesswoman, great businesswoman that has her own business account, bank account. So that works for her. I don't have business in Nigeria. I feel like you need a TIN when you're a business entrepreneur, right? When you're an entrepreneur. I'm sorry. So maybe in the foreseeable future, I'm looking to maybe have something of a business in Nigeria. But for now, no. I just thought, you know, it's okay to always have some kind of money. And in case if you sell stuff, like recently I sold my Mercedes in Nigeria, and that money went to my Naira account. So, and also, does this affect dollar account too? Because I have both accounts. So please, if you understand this, leave a comment and explain. Does this also, if you indeed, you also need TIN, if not, your account will be frozen. Is it both for the Naira account or for the dollar account or for both accounts? Because I do have both accounts. So just wondering if this is true. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or Ahmed Tinubu, this is wrong. You guys do a lot of wrong stuff, but this might take the cake. I'm just like, when is this going to end? You guys are always looking for, it's like Nigerian government. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bash you guys, you know, that's still my motherland. But it looks like every time somebody comes in to run the country, they're always looking for something to one up the previous one, to make more money. I feel like this is kind of like a money grab. Hey, if people don't have a TIN, freeze their account. And then before you know it, they're going to put a mandatory, right? If you're not able to provide TIN within 90 days, 120 days, 60 days, your account is going to be completely closed. Then what happens to your money? And then that's when, you know, Nigeria, Anything goes. And that's when they're going to come and say, well, since you weren't able to bring out, since you weren't able to get a TIN or you didn't provide a TIN, the account, the money that was frozen is now government money. That's Nigeria for you, and it can happen. You guys that live in Nigeria, don't think that I'm coming here to bash Nigeria. No. I'm Nigerian American. So I know what I'm talking about. Seeing these things happen to people, all kind of stuff. They will take your money in a heartbeat, and most times you will never get that money back. So please, I hope this is not true. If it is, somebody please, people please, comment, explain more. And if you know more, please comment and explain more. I just hope, because President Tinubu, so far so good, is not looking good for you in Nigeria. This should not be another thing that people need to cry about. If this is true, I just hope it's not true. If this is true, this is wrong. You don't need a TIN to open a personal bank account or to have a personal bank account. Okay, I will understand, right? If you have a business account and there was never a TIN, because I don't know if there was a TIN before for business account, and now it was just an NIN, national identification number. Now I understand why they will say if you have a business, you need a TIN number too. Or we need to incorporate your NIN and your TIN number together. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it's just a personal account, a personal savings and checking account, it don't matter if it's Naira account or dollar account, but it's your personal account. It has nothing to do with business. You don't need a TIN. It don't matter what country you are in. Since I'm an American and I know what a TIN stands for, you don't need a TIN for a personal account. So somebody please break it down for me. I hope you guys have a nice day. I just thought I should really come here real quick, because when I saw it, I was like, this can't be true. Come on now, Tinubu, that's your cabin. This is your era. You're the president of that great country right now, Nigeria. I love Nigeria. That's a great country. It's just that we as a people, we need to do better over there. Especially it starts with the head. You know, I hope this is not true though. So please, if you know anything, let us know. Let me know. Educate me. Because I need to know before January. If it's true, if it's really before January or February, then I need to know what to do. If to move my funds and do whatever, because shit, I work hard for my money. I work hard, my hard-earned money over here. I work hard. So, and the money on that account, shit, no. All right, people. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.